Hi, I'm Nicola Cairncross.
Hi, hello, hey, hi.
I'm going to talk to you about success. Yes.
Hi everyone, it's Nicola here and I'm up on the balcony at the very sophisticated 360 bar, and you can see behind me the fabulous main beach at Stupa, and the sun is out today. It's actually really warm. I've got a t-shirt on, as you can see. It's the first non-blankie day, as we're calling it, because Sarah has been on the balcony working without her blanket, which is fantastic. The big news is I've found somewhere to rent for as long as I want, really, and I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer, I think. Popping home to England mid-April for a workshop, and if you want more details of the workshop, just go to nicolacairncross.com and look at the blog. You'll see a blog post all about it. The other thing is the place I'm moving into has got super fast broadband, as opposed to the place we're in at the moment, which has got super not very fast broadband. What was it last night? It was 0.5 megabyte last night, download speed, and 0.25 megabyte upload speed. So we've been really struggling with that a little bit. What else is news? Yeah, we went for a very long walk yesterday, 10,300 steps, and we'll get some footage of that. I've been out flying the drone on the other beach yesterday, because they're very strict in Greece about drones. Even though mine is light enough not to need a license, you do apparently have to get a license for any drone over a certain weight. So I'm just having a little play with mine before the drone police come around, because they're quite scary, the policemen here. They've got big batons and guns. Hi, today I want to talk to you about something that literally has just in the last half an hour happened, and it's a good story because it's about how you set goals in business and how you sometimes, well I do, get disappointed if you don't achieve them. And that actually was a recurring thing in my early life, that I didn't set goals because I was scared of the disappointment I would feel if I set goals and didn't achieve them. And so what I wanted to talk to you today, funnily we were just talking about it on the podcast yesterday, on the Own It the podcast, and Judith and I were having a long discussion about it, and that episode will be out next week. So when you see this Vzine, you've just got a few days to wait until the episode comes out. And it's really important because Judith spends a lot of time coaching very new entrepreneurs, and the excitement that they feel when they get started is often wears off quite quickly, and they have to just learn that you have to just keep going. You have to believe your plan is sound. You have to keep executing your plan, because one thing's for sure, if you don't execute on your plan, nothing will happen. And we've had a really good example of it. Basically, I'm the kind of person, I get all fired up, the creative entrepreneurial juices get flowing, and I think the thing I'm doing is the one that's going to set the world on fire. And Judith was pointing out to me that I need to be more of a tortoise rather than a hare. I need to just keep taking one slow step after the other every single day. Don't keep changing things, don't keep throwing things up in the air, just let people have time to catch up with you. And my daughter Phoebe, who puts this Vzine together for me, she's been going with YouTube about 6 months now, and you know, she's been doing everything right. She learnt how to do YouTube SEO properly. She's religiously done that, video after video after video, and she's just been creating funny, quirky little makeup review videos. She's been reviewing things like when she gets a new Birch box, you know, she reviews that and what's in it and gives her honest opinion. The other thing she does is she does things like she does makeup of her brother, and he's very funny too. So she's been, you know, really trying to come up with lots of creative ideas on how to make makeup reviews different. But the thing that she's got going for her is she's a naturally funny person. Both my children are naturally funny. I've got not much sense of humour at all. So, and my ex-husband's very naturally funny as well. They've got funny expressions expressions, and they've got funny sayings, and the way they move they've got very mobile faces. So I sort of knew that she was different to the other very pretty, lovely girl makeup reviewers out there. I thought she had a little quirky charm, and she's obviously a bit of a Cockney sparrow because, you know, she grew up in her early years in London, and so there is a difference about her, and I was hoping that that would be the thing that swung it for her. So anyway, so she's been cracking on with making these videos. She's also been making videos for me, as I say, the Vzine, and she's been making videos now for a local guy called Peter Wood who lives in Shoreham, and he's got a business called Eat Food Love Food, and she's been recording little videos for him showing off his culinary skills because he's an outside caterer. But only yesterday she was saying to me, oh, I don't know, you know, I'm feeling really down, Mum, I don't know if this YouTube thing's ever gonna happen, you know. And I said to her, look, you know, you've got to look on it as that every video you release you get more views for your channel. We know from Casey Neistat telling us that he's never seen a successful YouTube channel with less than 100 videos, so you've just got to power on till you get to 100 videos. Anyway, she uploaded a video, was it the day before yesterday? I think it was just yesterday, very early in the morning anyway, it doesn't matter when it was, and it was her trying out a hydration mask from Kiome, and it came in her Birchbox, and it was just a few minutes, it wasn't very long, it wasn't as long as some of her other videos. It was very, very funny because she put this mask on, and classic phrase, said, I'll just put it on then I'll read the instructions, and then she put this mask on, and I'm not joking, she looked like Hannibal Lecter. All the time she was talking about it, it was slowly slipping down her face and looking funnier and funnier. And she said to me today, I wasn't going to put that one up, Mum, it's a bit short, I didn't think it was very good, but I remembered what you said about trying to get to 100 videos as quickly as possible, and she put it up, and in 22 hours she's had 6,100 views, and she's on the front page of Google for the phrase Kiome hydrating mask, which is astonishing because that's more views on one video in under 24 hours than she's had on her whole channel to date. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, I don't know if anything's going to happen. All I know is that a lot of those 6,000 people will have watched it, they'll know who she is, some might have subscribed, and they'll be seeing her other videos down the right hand side, because part of the YouTube SEO we were taught was how to make your other videos show up after people have watched your existing video. So as I say, I don't know if anything's going to happen. It's just an encouragement, it's an exciting thing, it's a little highlight in the life of a YouTuber. It could keep going, you don't know, it could stop there, we don't know, we just don't know what's going to happen. But one thing we do know, if she hadn't put it up, nothing would have happened. And so I think that just shows everybody that you've just got to keep on keeping on. I mean, I don't know, how many people are watching these Vzines. I enjoy doing them, Phoebe enjoys making them apparently, for which I'm very grateful. And you know, someone might see them, something might happen, something might not. But one thing's for sure, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. So I just went to record the bit of this Vzine where I tell you what's on the blog, and I realised that a little bit of CSS code that I've inserted into my blog template has completely wiped the titles of my blog posts. The CSS code I was using was trying to get rid of a big space and a line that I was getting on all my pages, and yeah, it successfully did that, but it also got rid of all the blog post titles, so I just had to nip indoors, fix that, because I wouldn't have known what I was looking at otherwise, and as you know, I've got no memory, and I have to look at my own iPhone to remind me what was on the blog this week. So we've got new angles for old content, which is 118th episode of the Own It podcast, and it's one where we ran out of client challenges of the week. We've had 118 client challenges of the week, and we didn't have one that week. So if you've got a business challenge, a marketing challenge, a mindset challenge, or a money challenge, because of course Judith is an accountant, do feel free to send it in to us. We'd be delighted to tackle it on the podcast. Just send it to Nicola@nicolacairncross.com. So send us your challenges and see what we say. Clicks and Leads Vzine number 5 was out, the 3 biggest marketing mistakes that business owners make. That's where I reviewed the results of the survey I did of 650 business owners, picked out the most recurring themes and tried to tackle them on the last Vzine. What else we got? We got Business Challenge of the Week from an old podcast, which is why you need to niche if you're a coach or if you're trying to do effective marketing online. What is a niche, and why should we have one? That's particularly useful for coaches, but also for any kind of consultants or people who want to market their business to a specific bunch of people who are likely to be more likely to buy from you than if you try to market to everybody. Everyone wants a specialist. Oh yes, I announced a Be Everywhere workshop, which 50 people really expressed strong interest in, but as it turned out, nobody ended up booking, so I don't know what went wrong there. Obviously I didn't communicate the value of it very well. So what I'm doing instead is I'm going to communicate the content of what I was going to do. It was the Be Everywhere online workshop. I'm going to do it in the first release of the Pivot Point program instead. Rejig the website at nicolacairncross.com. I'm trying to make it more simple to use and understand, and if you come along and look at the top menu, you'll see about the middle there's a section where it says Work with Nicola, and if you just click on there you can put your name and email to find out when that program's going to launch, because I'll be covering everything from podcasts to ezines to blogging, through to how to leverage your content to be everywhere online, how to create your content in an hour or two a week, and then how to build a team of outsourcers who will help you put it all together. When I used to work with Neil, we used to turn 2 blog posts into a podcast, a digital magazine, book on Kindle. Every month we used to do it, not every week. He used to write 2 blog posts every week, and then we would turn it into a monthly book on Kindle. It would turn it into a digital magazine on iTunes magazine rack. We'd turn it into a podcast, and it really just went everywhere. We'd get someone to make slideshows out of it, and we got a guy to do the voiceover as well. Come to nicolacairncross.com, look for the Work with Nicola menu item, and just put your name and email in for the Pivot Point program if you would like to find out more about that. So that's pretty much it for the blog and the podcast this week, and I'll be resuming my client challenges of the week from the survey that I did. I've started a little series of blog posts answering them one by one, so if you filled in any of the survey questions, come over to the blog at nicolacairncross.com/blog, and I'll be tackling your challenge any day soon. It's really sunny here, so I'm off to enjoy the sunshine. See you later. Now, I must stop burping at these videos. That's the cheese pie I had earlier from the bakery.